Richician!
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to another top 5 video. And as you can tell from the title, I'm counting down another top 5 bullshit duels that I've been in. Yeah, it turns out when I did it last time, there were one or two that I completely forgot to put on the list. So I thought I'd bring them up, and I actually thought of some other ones. So, yeah, it's pretty much the same deal as last time. Now, again, a disclaimer, I don't mean any offence to the opponents I played against, and I am in no way saying that I'm not happy for them. Well, I am happy for them that they won, but it was just still bullshit the way it went down. Again, it's easier if I just explain. So, yeah. Number 5, the match between my Magician Girls and Emma's Melfi deck. This was in the couples tournament, which was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. Of course, at the time, I was still trying to fulfill a goal of trying to win a tournament of some kind with my Magician Girls. And when I faced off against Melfi's, I was trying so hard to win, and there was a point in game 3 where I thought I had game, as she had the means to be able to game me next turn with like 1 or 2 copies of Joyous Melfi's, so I needed to try and go for game like right there and then. So I was able to build up a good board in an impressive way, and I had 2 copies of Kiwi in hand as far as I remember. I would have had enough damage on board if it wasn't for Melfi's staring contest. I was like, oh right, I forgot about that. And because of that card, it lowered the attack points of my monster enough to basically take the game. Well, wait, not take the game. To stop me taking the game. And there was nothing I could do to turn things around. And I knew I was basically dead next turn anyway, so I just surrendered. It was so frustrating. Yeah, staring contest just robbed me of victory. Yeah, that's another love-hate card of mine. I like using it myself just to keep me in the game when I'm using my Melfi's, but yeah, it can be quite annoying when it's used against me, and just in that duel I just really hated it in that moment when it was used against me. So annoying. Number 2, Poker Knights versus Stormwings. Yeah, this was a match I did have uploaded on my channel before, but obviously that game is gone. But yeah, this was the one and only time where a match between me and Shieldwing David went to a 3rd game. But yeah, game 1 of this was just absolute bullshit. I was struggling getting behind all these stall cards. And I even brought out Digusto Emerald to try and do some recycling. Either that or I tried to special summon Queen's Knight or Jack's Knight from the grave, I don't remember. But he stopped it with Solemn Warning. Stupid Solemn Warning. And even though I ended up getting out Slifer the Sky Dragon, I ended up running out of cards in my deck. Because it kept stalling, which isn't something Black Wings are supposed to do. But yeah, for those who don't know, yeah, Shieldwing David, friend of mine and Express Gaming's and Christian's, and he plays Black Wings in a unique way, shall we say. But he also threw in Marshmallow, Spirit Reaper, Shield Wing, and random burn cards, which isn't what Black Wings are supposed to do. And he doesn't even have Black Whirlwind or any of the newer Black Wings stuff. Hell, maybe he has like a couple from Premium Gold too, but he never got anything that came out after. Yeah, this duel was just ridiculous. So anyway, I ran out of cards, and it was implied that Magic Cylinder was face down, plus I didn't have a lot of life points left. And I remember Express Gaming saying, okay, so there's two choices for you to win, David, like deck him out or get him with Magic Cylinder. But then I was like, or I could just not give you the satisfaction and just scoop. Yeah, it was just absolute bullshit getting stalled and having one of my recycling cards countered. It was ridiculous. I did end up winning the match though, so I can't complain too much, but even so, that first game was just ridiculous. But then again, probably not as ridiculous as this one. Number 3, Rainbow Dark Dragon against Storm Wings. Another game I did have up on my channel before I lost my channel. Now, this was, I don't even remember if I talked about this one before or not. Maybe I did in my 2017 video, I'm not sure. But yeah, this was a casual game I had with Shieldwing David again using Storm Wings, but this time I was using Rainbow Dark Dragon, which, to be fair, was one of my weakest decks, and this was one of the few times where he actually won. But how he won game 1 was absolute bullshit. But then again, it was kind of my fault. So here's what happened. Now, at one point I activated Hand Destruction and sent Dark Hole. I think it's because I didn't want to send anything else in my hand to the grave, and I guess I made the mistake of thinking I didn't need it, and that would end up costing me the game. And I did have Rainbow Dark Dragon out on the field, plus a couple of other big monsters, but I got stuck behind Spirit Reaper, and it was either Spirit Reaper or Marshmallow or both, and I couldn't get round them, and I was running out of cards in my deck, but I thought I'd be okay, because I was because I did have a plan, and that was to draw into Dark Hole and then clear the field and then bring out my second Rainbow Dark Dragon and then attack the game. In fact, when I got down to 2 cards left in the deck, I decided to speed up the process by activating a Lure of Darkness to draw the last 2, and then when I saw that it wasn't Dark Hole, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Where's my Dark Hole? And then I guess I panicked, wondering where the hell it was. Checked the deck box and it wasn't in there. And I think Express Gaming, who was watching, said, "Did you use it already?" And I was like, "No, I couldn't have done. I swear I didn't." So I looked through the graveyard and saw that Dark Hole was there. Yeah, I only played 1 Dark Hole in the deck at the time and didn't have a spare copy of Regeki, because obviously Regeki was still a bit hard to get at the time. So anyway, I saw that it was in my graveyard, and I was like, wait, how did it get in the grave? I swear I didn't use it. And then I realised a bit later that I sent it off hand destruction, and then I had to scoop it up, because there was no way to win. So yeah, it was just a bullshit lost by deck out. Even though I technically scooped before losing by deck out. Yeah, again, this was my own fault really, more than anything. Like, if I hadn't have sent Dark Hole off hand destruction, then I could have won. Not that it would have mattered for game 2, but yeah, game 2 I just bricked and couldn't do anything. Yeah, it could have potentially gone to a 3rd game had I not made that mistake. I mean, Express Gaming just found it funny, but I sure as hell didn't. That wasn't funny, that was just absolute bullshit. I swear I just don't hear the end of it sometimes. Number 2, the Exodia Dead Universe Comics Royal Rumble. Yeah, this was the first one where Exodia was used, or should I say the only one where it was used. All the way back in 2015. Oh, I think this was one I talked about before, but yeah, there were like 8 or 9 of us in here, and yeah, Ethan, Old Pharaoh's elite friend, was playing Exodia. I was thinking, right, he needs to be taken out very quickly, but hardly anyone was going for him for some reason, and there was one point where I did try to go for him by bringing out number C39 Utopia Ray Victory, because I was using Utopia, and then Weber's 5 decided to use Bottomless on it, which was so annoying. It was like, why would you do that? I wasn't even gonna go for you. And then of course none of us were able to stop Ethan assembling Exodia. And I was like, why did no one go for him? Yeah, it was just absolute bullshit. Um, I mean, I felt like I was the only one attempting to go for him, um, but I just kept getting stopped, as far as I remember. Um, Absolute bullshit. Although Exodia did get banned from Royal Rumbles after that, so that was an upside. I mean, don't get me wrong, as much as I love Exodia, it's just too unfair for Battle Royales. Same with any troll deck, really. So yeah, Exodia got banned, and he did object to this and say, wait, can't you just carry on anyway, even if I win with Exodia? But like, why? What's the point? Like, I mean, there's already a winner. There's no point playing for second place. It's just not worth it. It's just a waste of time. So yeah, banning Exodia from the Royal Rumbles was perfectly justified. Number 1, Yuma versus Alito. Yeah, this is one you guys probably aren't very familiar with, but yeah, this was a character deck duel that me and someone I knew had on Dueling Network over 10 years ago. It wasn't recorded though, but then again, it's just as well, because this was one of the most bullshit duels ever, which I actually forgot about until earlier. So I was playing my Yuma character deck, and yeah, as you can guess, the guy was playing an Alito character deck, you know, one of the 7 Barrian Emperors, and what I thought would be a fun character duel became like the most bullshit duel on this list, because he kept stopping everything I did with a bunch of counter traps. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I can't remember for sure if they were anime only character deck traps or whether they were a bunch of generic ones, although I don't think the Solemn Brigade would have been used. But I seem to remember saying, what the fuck? Alito doesn't play this, he doesn't play that. Yeah, literally everything I did just got countered, even when I got out a couple of number exceeds, and there were a couple of times where he said, oh, try harder, but it's like, I don't think I can try any harder than this. It was ridiculous. I mean, it felt like I was playing counter fairies, playing against, I should say. Yeah, just a bunch of counter traps were being played, which I could have sworn he doesn't play, and you know, it kind of breaks the rules of character decks. I mean, you shouldn't be playing cards that a character didn't use. It was ridiculous. I mean, I know I play Miracle Synchro Fusion in my Yusei deck, which I know Yusei doesn't use, but that's only there as a placeholder for Speed Fusion. The Speed Fusion doesn't exist as a real card. So I had to use an alternative. I mean, I guess another one would have been polymerization. But I might just change that regardless. I don't know, also, I've got Onomatopoeia in my Yuma deck, even though he doesn't play it in the anime. In fact, I'm considering taking that out. Alright, yeah, it does make the deck more consistent, but it just feels like it gives my Yuma deck too much of an advantage over my other ones. Well, I guess I put it in just because I couldn't think what to play instead, so I'll have to think about that just to make it stay more true to the character. But even so, this was nothing compared to the amount of counter traps that were being played. It was so annoying. It's pretty much just like playing almost anything in current format Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, and just getting stopped by a bunch of negates or whatever, and just not being able to play the fucking game. So, yeah, that makes this the most bullshit duel on this list by far. Although, I don't know which match was more bullshit. This one, or the one in the other video where Mystic Mine was top-decked against me. I don't know. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. And, yeah, let me know of any bullshit duels that you had. Anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.